They put a confidential informant in the same cell as him, and he was wired.
Dude, the feds have to know that you are just a weasel to do that too. Like, they know that if they just stick an average ass person in there, your moronic ass is just gonna sit there and brag about everything you just did, because they know you are that dumb. That's almost an insult. Like, how did that even come about? Because for it to really work, I'm assuming the informant had to start the convo about everything and, you know, work his way into that. You are a moron because you let somebody bait you like that. Alright, so look, I need a little break from the internet, bro. Sometimes too much of it be overstimulating, but the second I got back on it, I'm finding out that Lil Durk is potentially gonna get a new murder charge thrown at him. Bro cannot catch a break. He's getting his bail denied. The feds are on him. They're throwing everything at him, and now they want to throw another murder at him? My whistle game is weak right now, but anyways, we finna get into this. Make sure to check out my other channel and my Instagram. Other than that, let's see what's going on with Lil Durk right now.
The feds is getting closer and closer and closer to charging Lil Durk for another murder. This document was filed today in court that lays out another murder for hire plot that Lil Durk may be involved in. This appears to be the case that the feds are hyper-focused on now, because the feds have realized that this murder for hire case that's currently going on with Quando Rondo and Lil Pop, they've pretty much realized that case ain't winnable. As a matter of fact, it's not even a murder for hire case anymore. That's how you know Lil Durk is going to spank this current case with Quando Rondo.
Yeah. Update. Because a lot of the evidence, if y'all don't know, that they've been showing in court and all that, I didn't know they changed the whole murder for hire thing. I didn't know that. But from the last 2 videos we reacted to in this situation, we got to see that the feds did not come with the A game that we thought they were going to come for. They're throwing stuff that doesn't even make sense. Like, they're trying to say that since Lil Durk is making rap songs about situations that involve painkillers and stuff, that any murder that took place in Chicago last year, he has something to do with one of them. So let's put him in jail based on that. You know how stupid that sounds? It's like, we don't know which murder you committed, but since you rap this certain type of way, let's assume you committed one murder. And off that, we're going to throw you in jail. That is pretty much what's going on with that situation. So I think the feds, they really want to get Lil Durk because he's the big fish. And if you get something like him, it's a big win. He's a powerful, influential rapper with a lot of money. Taking down him will make an example. It'll do a lot of things. So I think that that's what they want. So now they're throwing anything they can to keep him in jail. That's what it's looking like to me.
On Lil Durk, you've probably seen his lawyer Drew Finling do interviews all over the hip-hop platforms. I think it's because he's got something cooking up. Tomorrow, there's a bond hearing where Durk is going to ask for a bond based on new information. What's the new information? Well, his lawyers basically are arguing that the indictment that was recently filed, the second superseding indictment, makes a completely different case against Durk than the case that the prosecutors presented to the judge back in December of 2024 when the bond was first denied. What the defense argues is that, look, this new indictment removes 2 allegations. First, they completely got rid of any allegation that Durk rapped about this murder for hire plot.
We saw the last video.
Durk rapped about Quando Rondo on the news going, no, no, and crying in response.
Hey, guys, for those of you who don't know, we got to pause throughout this video because this is some important stuff we are dissecting right now. When Quando Rondo said, no, no, and Lil Durk put that on the song, what they're alleging now is that that was fans using AI. And if the fans are using AI, that's not Lil Durk's fault. So they can't really attach that to Lil Durk anymore. That's the whole point of that. So that knocks off one of the allegations he already had, which is huge. That might be enough to get him bond. And you have a lot better chance of fighting your murder cases on the street than you do in jail, especially mentally. All right.
To the murder of his friend. This is very important because what the defense is going to be able to argue to the judge is, look, judge, we proved to them that they're wrong because those lyrics were recorded 7 months before the murder. Those lyrics could not have had anything to do with the murder. And what they did in response to us proving that to them is they just took that allegation right out of the indictment. And now they're not even alleging that he rapped about the murder. And that was a huge part of their original case. And so without that, their case is much weaker. We deserve a bond. The other thing that the defense is arguing.
This is where you start to see how weak this particular case is. Lil Durk was originally charged for murder for hire. The feds are accusing Lil Durk of paying 5 men to go to California, follow Quando Rondo around, and try to murder Quando Rondo. But instead, they murdered Quando Rondo's cousin, Lil Pop. Now, the feds is now saying this is not a murder for hire case because they can't really prove where the compensation came from. Like,
or if there was compensation.
Video, how can it be a murder for hire when you can't really pinpoint how much Lil Durk paid these people?
Or even if he did.
The feds try to say, yo, it was a murder for hire, and the payment was music opportunity, but everybody who was a part of this...
Who on earth? Like, this type of stuff is what I'm talking about. Imagine this. Imagine somebody tells you to go take another human's life that you have no beef with, and he will put you in the music industry. He'll put you on game. Hell no, I want the cash. If I'm doing something like that, I want money. I want dinero. I don't want to do that for what? Think how dumb that is. Durk is a multi-millionaire. Multi-millionaire. If he gives me cash, I could damn near do everything to go start my own music career. The whole point of me wanting to start my music career is so I can make money. Why on earth would I rather have a music opportunity than cash? Because I want the music opportunity so I can go make cash. That is the worst argument. I can't believe the feds are the ones doing this right now, man.
Murder for hire, they were already a part of OTF. They were already like OTF members. So what other music opportunities, what other additional opportunities was there? And these people love Von too. They didn't need Lil Durk to go ahead and slap Von. They were going to slap Von regardless. So the feds have pretty much realized, damn. So the music, right, the songs that were supposed to prove that Lil Durk was putting bags on people's heads, well, those songs is inadmissible. So now we really have nothing else. We don't have any receipts of payments. The only thing we have is one text message of Lil Durk telling these people, don't book any flights in my name. So now they're changing the charge from murder for hire to stalking that resulted in death, whatever that means.
Is that in the second superseding indictment, the government took out another very key allegation against Durk. The government had alleged that Durk, through co-defendant Wilson, paid bounties to the shooters in this alleged murder for hire plot. In the second superseding indictment, that allegation is gone. Instead of alleging that Durk, through co-defendant Wilson, paid the bounty, there's now a new charge called stalking resulting in murder, where there's no direct allegation of a bounty being paid through Wilson or anyone else. Instead...
See, but then it's not murder for hire anymore, so if it's stalking that resulted in death, Lil Durk wasn't there, so he wasn't stalking. So if you're trying to say that he's the one who sent them, then it's murder for hire. But you guys said it's not murder for hire anymore. So, like, which is it? Oh, y'all case is going cold right now. This is ass. It was this big deal at first. Everybody was scared. Oh, it's the feds, 96% conviction rate, which, by the way, is inaccurate. And later in the video, I will get to why that's inaccurate. But for now, all I'm going to say is their whole case is falling apart. It doesn't make sense. And you guys are trying anything you can to get a rapper to make an example out of him. And it's very, very, very apparent in your details, in your case details. Do better.
The allegations are limited to Durk was orchestrating surveillance on this guy. Durk sent shooters to LA. Durk let it be known that he would put money up, even though there's no allegation that he actually did pay the bounty through a co-defendant or somebody else. And so what the defense is going to be able to present at tomorrow's bond hearing is, hey, judge, we moved to dismiss this case by pointing out all the factual errors in the government's case. What the government did is they changed their case and they removed key allegations against our client. And so you have to look at their new case and now reevaluate the bond. If Durk gets a bond, that's going to tell you a lot about what the judge thinks about this second superseding indictment, which is in fact significantly different and significantly weaker and less aggressive in terms of how it charges Durk as being responsible for this murder?
From my perspective, the feds realized they made a lot of mistakes. They pretty much made too many mistakes to really salvage this case. And the feds have refocused their attention to another case, bro, because Lil Durk keeps getting brought up in these proceedings with Anthony Montgomery and Preston Powwow. In our last video on Lil Durk, we broke down extensively how Lil Durk, or why Lil Durk, is being tied to the murder that these two dudes committed. Anthony Montgomery and Preston Powwow, they murdered the Smashville GD called Stephen Mack. Okay. Stephen Mack was linked to some dudes who were responsible for the death of Lil Durk's brother, D-Thing.
Yeah,
so these two committed a murder. They're now in jail. They're currently incarcerated. But we just got the full extent. I'm talking about the full case laid out.
Tell us what it is, bro. Tell us.
This is a murder
what
for
is
hire.
it?
Now, in this new filings, the feds actually gave us more information that we didn't know, including there are recordings of a confession where dude is just outright saying, bruh, we did it for Durk. like this is insane. In our last video, we explained how Anthony Montgomery left his phone at the scene along with the getaway vehicle. Now, they showed us.
Did he just say he left the car and his phone at the scene? Did he just leave all that at the scene? Is that really how that went down? Are these YNs that dumb nowadays? Oh my God. Wow, nice.
A picture of the phone still on the charger in the vehicle.
Wow.
Just really highlighting, bro, how much of a buffoon these dudes were.
Wow.
I don't know how Lil Durk was vetting.
We went from the mobs, the 1920s mobs, Russell Buffalino, and all of that. We went from that to the YNs. We fell off. Not we, but they fell off. This is not no murder for hire pay. Like, bro, these rappers are getting buffoons and goofies to do this, bro. This was a real goof troop mission. What? How is that even possible? Didn't you need the car to get out of the scene? Did you hop on feet and go wherever you went after that? You didn't take the car with you? Don't say you forgot. How the hell do you forget a car? Maybe your phone. That's stupid too, but how do you forget your car? You forgot it? That's crazy.
Who could come around him? But Lil Durk dramatically overestimated the wits of this dude right here in particular. This dude is one of the worst criminals we've ever heard of. This is almost the saddest things I've ever heard. Because without Anthony Montgomery being a part of this murder, bro, they probably would have gotten away with it. But because he's so sloppy, he's so talkative, he's so chatty-patty, he's such a gossiper, the fans got everything they need, bro. Everything. In 4K, Yo, it got so bad, bro.
Nice job.
The and said, hey, yo, can y'all please try my case separate from him, bro? Because what I'm seeing, I don't even...
Bro! You know you are the worst person to be around if the people who were with you were just like, bro, can y'all just make me separate from him? I don't even want to... shut your mouth. How you... Bro, y'all be like treating murders like you're stealing chocolate out of the liquor store. Like, seriously, y'all act like it is no big deal. Oh my, Chicago's doomed.
I want to be a part of this, bro. Charge me separately. We found out from this proceeding that Anthony Montgomery was arrested for a state case before he was arrested for this murder of Stephen Mack.
Yeah.
Now, when he was arrested for the state case, the feds were already investigating him for this murder. So what happened was the feds put a confidential informant in his cell, and they got recordings of him confessing everything.
Wow!
Labeling exactly how he murdered Stephen Mack, labeling who he did it for, giving the whole operation, how he picked up and picked out who he was going to do it with. This man told it all, and the feds got everything on recording, naming Lil Durk as the person he killed Stephen Mack for.
Bro, how much of a idiot do you have to be? You're serious right now? That means if they sent a confidential informant in there, you have not really met this dude before. You are that much of an idiot that you are in jail, on trial for something, and you gonna brag about it in the jail and tell people how you did it. What the hell in your mind is going on to do that? bro, we want to get away if we do something like that. I would be so much lying out my ass if I was in that position that I would be lying to myself and telling myself I didn't do it. I don't know how on earth y'all. What? Oh, man. He should get life in jail just off of that. That was the craziest thing I heard all day.
Preston Powell texted him, "What you doing?" Right? Montgomery says at this interview-ish, "Oh, nah.
It's not oxys, bro. It's
like,
creatine. Y'all not seeing me pop
you
pills.
Got it, homie. I'm not...
I just had to say that.
Nah, Montgomery was like, nah, bro. Not that type of interview, bro. It's some Lil Ish the rapper be doing. Talking about Lil Durk. He put they interviewing individual A, which is Lil Durk. Montgomery Wilson says, yeah. And then he texts him again from a new phone. Yo, what you doing at this little interview-ish for a job? No, the Ish the rapper be doing. What? He had an interview. And this is the interview right here. When Lil Durk
I remember that.
100 goons at the Men I Was Worth for Game interview.
Yeah, I remember that.
And the funny part about this, too, is during this interview, Wallow is telling him, man, hey, man, yo, bro, let that beef stuff go, man. I'm trying to see y'all live and prosper, man, bro. And them dudes is in that building, bro, celebrating all the bodies they done call for Lil Durk, bro, while Wallow out there preaching. Man, they said, get out of here, bro. Powwow was expecting to get paid on the 17th because Montgomery told him, yo, they coming on the 17th, they going to take care of us. But when they came on the 17th, Montgomery, who's the plug to Lil Durk, who's the plug to OTF, Powwow just came along for the wreck. Montgomery got his cheddar. He got paid. Powwow texted, what's up with OTF? Yo, when we gonna get the paper? The 17th, bro, I got you. What's up with OT? The 17th, bro, I got you. Lil Durk brought $1 million cash with him to the $1 million worth of game interview. So Montgomery got paid. He got the money, and he cut off all communication with Powwow.
Wow,
because the
that's
day after,
janky.
on the 18th, Powwow
That's
hit him up like,
hella
yo, they paid us yet? Montgomery went dead quiet.
Wow.
Stopped responding. And then the following day, while driving in Chicago, Montgomery got pulled over, and he got arrested for a gun case. Now, while in state prison for this gun case, they were already investigating Montgomery for the murder of Stephen Mack. So they put a confidential informant in the same cell as him. And he was wired.
Dude, the feds have to know that you are just a weasel to do that, too. Like, they know that if they just stick an average-ass person in there, your moronic ass is just going to sit there and brag about everything you just did. Because they know you are that dumb. That's almost an insult. Like, how did that even come about? Because for it to really work, I'm assuming the informant had to start the convo about everything and, work his way into that. You are a moron because you let somebody bait you like that. Not even that you were going to know he was an informant or whatever. How do you even get into that conversation? I wouldn't do that while I'm on trial for anything.
Fired up. He had a recording device, and he was recording all the conversations they was having with Montgomery, and Montgomery confessed everything they needed to know, everything. The paperwork says, while in state custody, Montgomery Wilson discussed Stephen Mack's murder with his cellmate, who, unbeknownst to him, had agreed to assist the government by recording their conversation. As discussed below, during his recorded conversation with the confidential source, Montgomery Wilson detailed how him and Powwow murdered Stephen Mack to collect a cash bounty from a Chicago-based rapper, Individual A, which is Lil Durk. The more I read this paperwork, I was starting to think maybe Montgomery isn't as dumb as we think. Maybe he was doing this on purpose. Maybe he got left out the drop because.
Hey, wait, why didn't I think of that? I'm mad I didn't think of that now. That is true. So then maybe he's smart because you're in jail. Hey, if you're going to get in trouble, I'm throwing everybody else under the bus, too. You didn't pay me. Well, you just stole money from me. Y'all, I would have been mad, too, so. It might be justified. I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Tell me.
Prison call, he was telling somebody, yo, if Lil Durk is out there claiming his body was for him, he got to, bro, pay up. This body wasn't free. We mentioned this in the last video, but we didn't know that he was in prison when he did this. While in prison, from jail on March 22nd, he intentionally posted a picture to his Facebook story of him counting money while playing Aha, which is the Lil Durk, the Lil Durk song. They're saying that this is Lil Durk admitting to putting hits on people. He put.
I want the ones I pay
of Lil
for.
Durk
I think it's
saying,
that one.
You'll get the drop, go, right? So he put that lyric over a picture of him counting money on his story from prison after he was caught on recording confessing that he did this murder on behalf of Lil Durk.
That's insane,
to collect the bounty
bro.
that Lil Durk had put up. So now I don't think he that stupid. I don't think that's coincidence, bro.
I don't think so
this
either.
Man is working. I think this man did it knowing, hey yo, they got me, bro. Yo,
so I think his rationale is, I wouldn't be in this position if I didn't kill somebody for Lil Durk and then he snaked me and didn't pay me. So guess what? I'm going to purposely sabotage him. If I'm going down, he's coming down with me. Now, if you got snaked out of money and you just killed a human to get that money, let me know. Would you guys do the same thing? Because come on, like, dude, to murder someone's a big deal, bro. It is a messed up thing to do, especially for money. To not even get the money in the end is crazy. You killed someone for someone else so they can snake you. I don't know. I ain't saying nothing, but I'm saying that's a pickle right there. I don't know.
He probably found out soon afterwards, bro, that the feds got the recording of him. He said, okay, hey, listen, man, Durk, come take care, bro, pay these lawyer fees, bro. Give me some more chicken or else I'm telling. And I can almost guarantee you, bro, when he posted that, bro, Lil Durk took notice of it. Once you hear the full statement and testimony he gave the CS, you would understand why his co-defendant is like, bro, get me off the case with this dude, bro. Get me off the case with this dude, bro, because he cooked. I don't even understand why, like, Montgomery would even try to fight this, bro, when they already got him in 4K admitting to everything.
Dude, you said everything you needed to say. But now listen to the loophole of this. You would not get eradicated of the charges. Done deal. You're caught. Your ass is grass. But again, you are the worker ant to them. They want the big fish. They want the rich millionaire rapper. So if you can be a bridge for them to arrest Lil Durk and throw an indictment at him, which we've seen they've been so desperate to do so, you can collect a favorable plea deal. I bet you. All right? Like, instead of throwing life at you, they might say, hey, we will give you 12 years, 13 years, but tell us everything Lil Durk had to do with this situation. And if that happens, Lil Durk is in big trouble, bro. He is in big trouble. And I don't know how he's finna get out of that one. I really don't.
Okay? Now, the way he tells this story, like, you could tell he's sort of embellishing a little bit, trying to make himself look like he's superhuman and the other dude was a bitch. So he goes, I told on Mike, we pulled up, nigga, his homie calling his phone, his homie and blank, we pull up to the lot. They tell us, man, there's an armed security. I'm like, cool, on Mike. So they say on Mike, which is like, like they merchant it, right? So it's like on God. So on God, I tell Marley Ninja, you ain't got to do nothing. Keep a security guard off us. On my dead niece, you ain't got to do ish. So he's telling a story like, yo, he's just a super killer, brother. He's telling dude, man, bro, I'm going to do this all by myself, bro. I got it. Right? So he gave the dude orders, which is, yo, keep the security guard off us. So we pulled up on Mike. We waited there like 20 minutes. I'm on FaceTime video with Lil Fred and they, man, keep us on FaceTime. I want to hear the shots. I want to hear this ish. So whole time, yo, these dudes is treating a real body as if it's like a television series. Hey, yo, I want to hear the murder, bro. Bro, what type of killers are y'all?
That's insane.
I want to hear this ish. Ninja ain't even supposed to made it that far, Ninja. Only reason he made it that far, folk, I had that big ass gun. Bro, he talking about, bro, I'm usually a precise killer, bro. I usually, bro, get them down immediately, bro. He was only able to run and make that far because the gun was too heavy, bro. I had to run and chase it, bro. I'm usually too short when bro, you gonna die under that prison, bro. You not getting out of this?
He said all of that. Make your bed very comfortable in there, bro. You finna be in there for a minute. You said all of that? Bro, Chicago killers aren't even just killers. Y'all like relishing it. Y'all love it. It's like a sick turn on for you people, bro. What? Chicago. Somebody save Chicago, man. We need a president for that city and that city alone. Let's cut it off and send it on an island somewhere, bro. I don't know why it's still a not a country, a city. It's horrible, man.
I had that big eye gun and I couldn't. I really don't want to be trying to shoot from no distance. I'm trying to really get on top of you, which he did. He got up close after Stephen Mack fell, got on top of him, and finished it off. So he explained that he had the 60 round in that bit, right? He let 3 shots out. When he first came out, Marley said to me, wait until he gets to his car. You're out tweaking. By the time he gets to his car, there's enough time to get a pipe. Scratch off anything. Well, that's what the CS says, yo, scratch off anything. So Montgomery says he wasn't going to let him get to his car, that as soon as he walked out, he says, man, soon as he makes it halfway out in between our car and his car, bust door down, he already was on the car when he first came out. So he was on the car, meaning, bro, he already peeped the car and he was walking fast as hell trying to get to his car to grab pipe, just in case. Mm-hmm. So that's when Montgomery says, yo, he was on our car when he first came out the door.
So he saw the car, right?
The feds is being strategic. This is not an unsealed document. No, this is a document that was recently filed in court on May 6th, about a day ago. So this is not something that Lil Durk can take lightly, bro. The feds is building this case up very slowly, trying to get people.
Bro, Lil Durk has to be literally crapping bricks right now because the dude just gave so much evidence without giving, he gave so much evidence. It's almost like undeniable. So, the other one, the Quando Rondo thing, you might spank that shit. But now they're doubling back even harder. Look, it's gonna get a lot worse in this situation before it gets better with a lot of the stuff that we've been seeing throughout this whole case. So there's been a lot of ups and downs. So it's so hard to predict the track of the Lil Durk case right now. That's what it's looking like.
People to turn on him. They already got the recording of the confession from Montgomery, claiming he did this. They already got Montgomery with Lil Durk at the podcast. They got the text messages of them talking back and forth about when Lil Durk gonna send the payment. All they gotta do, bro, is get one of them folks to turn. And bro, I think Preston Powell gonna turn, bro. Because Preston Powell,
I do too.
Yo, he did this like a smart criminal, bro. He took his phone, he turned his phone on, he did everything. But he's getting caught up because Montgomery is in jail talking too much. Montgomery left his phone at the scene. So I think Powell gonna be the one who turns, man. Y'all let me know.
Oh, it's over with, bro. It's over with because if he turns, then Montgomery's gonna turn. Everyone's gonna turn on Lil Durk for a little plea deal, and that's bad. So I think Lil Durk is okay if nobody speaks. Technically, if everybody holds street principle, Lil Durk will be okay. But if anyone cooperates, his ass is grass. We finna wrap this reaction up, bro, because that's crazy. We need to dissect this some more. So when we get updates on this, guys, listen, we will be sure to keep y'all updated with it. When I get updates, you get updates. All right? Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Check out my other channel. And other than that, catch me in the next video and peace.